You can think all you fucking want. Like, I don't care. You may have the best ideas for all I care. You don't act on them, it's pointless. You may as well jerk off to them.
Dark side, light this bitch up.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Bros Think Big podcast. This is a show where we talk about the simple and yet complicated ideas of self-improvement. Today, we got a youngster joining us. Come on in, Nikita.
Come on,
man. Look at that immaculate drip. Young a lot. Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about the importance of starting now. You can't just keep putting things off. Nikita, why don't you start by just introducing yourself a little bit once you get settled in.
I'm 15. I'm from Philly. I do swimming professionally and I go to the gym. And I also just started a detailing business. It's called VNN Detailing.
It's going to be in the description. Call them up. You're going to get the cleanest car you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
No bias.
Yeah, what bias? There's none.
There's no bias.
Well, alongside from that, why don't you tell us about the importance of starting now as far as that goes? Like, tell us, we want to know why you decided to start at this young age of 15. Because me personally, I hear like, even I actually was guilty of the same thing. when I was younger, I was just saying, like, I'm so young. Why would I do that? I'll just do it when I'm 18. I'm an adult. My brain's not developed yet, so like, I don't need to do all that.
When I was 15, I didn't know how to talk to women.
I'm 17. I still don't know how to talk to women.
This is fun. All right, let's go.
Alright, well, starting early, it's really good because in the future, when you start, you're already getting older, right? And if you kind of just like go in the future, right? You're probably like 6 years old, right?
Yeah.
And let's just say you want to start a business, right? And you kind of just think about it and you're like, oh my God, what if I just started earlier? This would have been so much bigger and better. Because the later you start, I think it's even more worse than way worse. Because if you
don't have much
early,
experience.
Huh?
You don't have much experience when you start later, and then when you're younger, you just build up the experience over time. So you just know what you're doing.
It's good. It's like kind of like investing the way I see it. Like, the earlier you get started, the better it is in general. And there's a reason for that. Like, as time goes on, you only are going to improve. And the way I like to see it is I really like the way you choose to do it now, because I don't know where I heard it from, but it's a quote. It's like, would you rather choose 5 years of pleasure right now and then 60 years of pain later? Or would you rather take 5 years of pain and then 60 years of pleasure? It's a pretty obvious choice to me. I mean, imagine being 40 years old and you're just in Fiji, Blue Lagoon, Iceland, wherever you want to be, right, having a good time, instead of being at a club at the young age of 23, fucking around, getting with a chick you're never going to see again. Right. It's ultimately up to you. Not everyone's up for it. But as far as self-improvement goes, I think we all know it's the right choice.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. I want to know, when did you get the idea of wanting to do car detailing?
So I'm really into cars. I love cars, and I don't know. I just started cleaning my mom's car. Huh?
Romantically, or? Yeah, he makes out with his car.
So yeah, sometimes. Besides the point. Alright, I really do really like cars, and I washed my mom's car once, and I'm like, I really like this, and I just kind of started doing it more and more and more, and then I figured out what detailing is, and ever since I've been doing it, like, I really like it, and one of my friends told me to create a business because you can start making money from it, and I'm like, why not, right?
Improve your skill set.
And I do want to just ask a quick question, right? People always tell you stuff like, oh, you should do this and that. What actually made you decide, oh, yeah, I actually should do it, rather than just saying, oh, yeah, I'll do it, and then push it off?
It has to be something that you like, not something like someone forces you to do. Like, you don't want to do something that you don't like, right? Mm-hmm. For money.
Yeah, of course.
Like, every successful person will tell you that. Never do anything for money. Always do what you like, and the money will come. So
I was gonna point out, I really like how you started your business off of something you like, because then if you already have a passion for it, you're more likely to grow with it. You'll improve your skill while you're young. And generally, that's just really good, because you always hear people say, if you enjoy what you're working, then you're never gonna work a day in your life.
Right.
And it's not work. Yeah, just how you said it. It's not work. You're just having another good day.
Mm-hmm.
It's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it.
I think the most important thing is that you're already building your skill set, which is what I would recommend all youngsters do who are trying to look into entrepreneurship. Literally just build your skill set as young as you can. That's what that's why I respect what you're doing. And then long run, like, this might not work out for you, the detail. I don't want to be harsh, but it might not. But at the end, that means you're learning. Failure is a part of the process. You can't not fail.
I wouldn't say it's building your skill set, but it's building your experience.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, I'm sure he'll get skills from the car dealing, but the biggest thing is he's 15 years old and already knows how business works. That's the beauty. And if he fails, well, guess what? He still has 10 years till he's 25. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, of course, build your skill sets. I'm totally not saying don't do it. But I'm saying the biggest thing is having a business at a young age. Because that will take you wherever. Even if you don't end up being a business owner, the skills you learn of how to manage a company will always be with you. You know?
I want you to answer this question for me. How, like, I know it's not hard for you in particular because you enjoy what you're doing, but to a lot of teenagers, I guarantee 95, 96, maybe even 97% of them would choose playing video games over this. Like,
right.
For people are going to genuinely go out and crank 90s. they're gonna crank 90s instead of actually.
I don't know why he's looking at me, guys. I have no clue.
Yeah, sure he doesn't.
I have no clue.
Sure he doesn't. He knows.
What's cranking 90s? I don't even know. No,
Yeah.
Math equation.
No, but my point is, a lot of them would choose video games over that. I know I just said it, but I'll say it again. Like, that's why I respect you so much. Because realistically, even if you have a passion for washing cars, what do you think is more enjoyable, video games or washing cars?
Honestly, washing cars, obviously, for me, because I do like doing it a lot.
It was a trick question.
But the thing with video games is, it's like being comfortable and stuff, and it's like the more you do it, the more it's addicting. And one problem with it is you're like releasing a lot of dopamine. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Yeah.
No.
And
Oh, no, we wouldn't know. We did a whole episode of
You guys are assholes.
okay,
You guys are assholes.
it's just really bad for you, and you're not getting anything from it. I mean, yeah, there's like YouTubers and stuff, but
Dude, the hand-eye
what are the
coordination
chances,
skills
you know?
improve by a lot. Trust me. No, but realistically, video games were meant to be addicting.
Right.
I found that out recently, and it makes sense. That's why, like, it's like a fucking cancer.
I know you're just
I'm serious.
It just stays with you and it kills you.
Yeah.
And they
you're
keep.
just wasting your own time, and you're not getting anything from it, and I don't know, it's pointless.
Nikita, you brought a great point saying that video games are comfortable. One big reason I think, again, it's correlated with everything, is a reason people don't start right away and they push it off because they're scared of getting uncomfortable. What would you like to say? You have anything to say about what it takes to be uncomfortable and how to take that leap of faith?
You just have to take big risks, and you just got to get out of where you are now, which is really hard, obviously, for a lot of people.
But why do it? Like, can you tell us why should someone get
because
out of
when
their
you
current
do
situation?
it, you learn and you experience things you've never experienced before. And, being uncomfortable is, honestly, for me, it's like really amazing because you really just get to learn things, like I just said. And, it doesn't feel comfortable, obviously, and you don't feel good most of the time. That's a good thing. That's
It's a great thing.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. I want to hear this from you. Where do you want to be in 5 to 10 years?
5 to 10 years.
Because you're already young. I want to know, where do you want to be in 5 to 10 years? Take your time.
I don't know how to answer that.
I mean, even with this business, do you see it going anywhere?
I see it going somewhere. I want it to be like my side business, not my main business.
Okay.
I really do want to get into like real estate and stuff. So I want to like own a couple properties in the future,
Good.
like apartments,
Good.
like stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, because I think it's also, had an entire episode on this. It's also understanding your why. I'm sure subconsciously that's also what's been driving you hard. Because when you look into the future, 10 years from now, do you want to be a bum on the fucking couch watching TV? My friends are asking me to come clubbing with them, or do you want to actually be working for it and knowing that you're going out there and you're accomplishing something, you're doing something with your life? That I think that should be a number one driving factor. Even 5-10 years. What about 20 years? 20 years. You want to have all the properties, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you understand you have to work for that, don't you?
Right.
Exactly. That only comes through one thing, and that's through actually doing it, which is the difference between thinking and doing it. Why also we brought you here. A lot of 15-year-olds think about starting a business. Maybe I can start flipping shoes. Maybe I can start flipping couches. But you actually went and did something.
Right.
Like, even that alone, even if this business goes to shit, you're like above the game by long shot, miles. It's the act of actually taking action.
And I want to share one of my favorite, honestly, my favorite YouTuber, Alex Ramosi. I watched one of his videos, and he said, at a young age, the best business to start is a service one. And this is to the audience, or even us, honestly, service-based business. Because realistically, what we lack that people above is experience, for the most part. You know, experience is a very big thing in business. But when it comes to doing a service, you're young, you're fresh. And for example, if you did you do a car detailing, those guys that have already been in the business for a while, they sometimes miss a couple spots. They get a little lazier. You're fresh, you're new, you're still young, no injuries. It's always, I believe, the best business to begin with. Not to finish with, but I'm saying, what the fuck is wrong? Okay.
I think when you said no injuries, that's why he left.
He's thinking sexual. Okay, but anyways.
Okay. What makes you think sexual? I think when you said no injuries, that's why he left.
Oh, okay.
God help him.
But I just want to say, you get the experience when you're doing a service business, and then you take that skill, and again, you want to apply it to real estate, which is a great thing. So you're literally, if I were to guess, probably the perfect way to start. Again, there is no perfect. Let me not say. Let's not go there.
Yeah, I actually wanted to add to that. To get a real estate license, you have to be 18. So he's 15 now, and he's gonna build up the money, and then by the time that he can actually officially start doing real estate and stuff, he's gonna save up the money and then use it for real estate. So that's a good start.
It's a good thing. And to tie in what Josh says, there is no perfect thing. It's whatever you're most comfortable with.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in working out too. Like when you're fixing a formula, if I'm more comfortable and I feel activation doing this specific stance, and instead of the one you guys are gonna try to tell me, which one would I end up doing? Obviously the one you guys want to tell me. It's just saying, like, even if you're young, like for you, it implied that you liked cars, you wanted to detail, you wanted to make your business around that. At 15 years old, I'm sure a lot of you guys are sneakerheads. Okay, well, why not try flipping shoes? A lot of you guys are into YouTube, watching YouTube videos. Okay, what about YouTube automation? There's a bunch of things that you can do that I would tie in what you like and what you're comfortable with. Because like Josh said, there is no perfect way. It's never about perfect way. It's also a copycat league. Like, you can go on YouTube and whatever and just see how other people do it, and that helps you. You can take away from other people. And that's what I think you should be doing too. There's a lot of people at our school that have this detailing business. I can give you a couple if you want me to after the game.
I'm not lower.
After the podcast. And you just hit them up. You say, hey, let me know if you can give me any tips and tricks. I guarantee businessmen aren't. But my point is, the businessmen are typically nicer. So what do you have to lose by asking, hey, do you have anything to give me that you want to tell me advice on? If not, I completely understand, but I'm just a young one trying to follow your path. I just say I've been a fan of your work, and I was hoping if you could give me a little tips and tricks. What's the loss in that?
If I ever ask from anyone from our school, right, I don't think they have like a really successful detailing business, right? Mm-hmm. So I would take some tips, obviously, of course, but my main goal is to go for like people that already succeeded for detailing. What did they do to succeed? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What did you do? What path did you take? And what exactly, like, you know? And I will learn from that.
It doesn't always have to be the person that does detailing or other business. You know, it can just be an idea from somebody that's gonna help you out. You know, I might not be doing, say, real estate, but I can give you ideas of, say, how to flip the houses. It might not be a perfect one, but it's at least something that's gonna spark your mind to doing something your own way, something better. So no matter who it is, I feel like it's asking question, you're not really losing anything if not gaining a knowledge.
Yeah, Josh even mentioned it to me today, but different minds help each other because that's where you get more value. You can learn from that different mind, and I'm sure, Josh, if you want to elaborate on this, because I don't know how you looked at it.
Well, I see it as you should be around people that are polar opposites. Humans like to attract each other with people similar to them. But if you were to pick someone that's opposite, they help your weakness and grow it into a strength. And their weakness is your strength, and you help them grow. So you kind of grow each other, which is kind of the whole point of what I tried to tell Saj is, even if this guy isn't necessarily in real estate, but he's just a good businessman, he absolutely has some great tips. For example, let's say you are a good flipper, but you're not good marketing. You don't need a fucking real estate person you need to talk to. You need to talk to a marketer. That's what I'm trying to get to, or what I tried telling Saj as a message. But I do want to, unless you want to share, do you want to share something quick?
There's one thing, I know it's kind of out of topic, but school, you're basically like individual, right? Like, let's just say you're taking a test, right? It's all you, right?
You get your
can't
own
cheat.
grades. You don't get on anyone else.
You can't cheat. And in life, how I think about it is you're gonna cheat in life because you can't do anything alone. Like, when you start getting bigger and more successful, you need people to help you. You can't just do like Elon Musk, right? Or I don't know, any one of those people. You think they just they can't do by themselves.
Yeah,
They said in the last
he actually
episode-
asked me personally.
They
when I
have
was 5
people
years old.
helping them, and it just all kind of connects, and that's how it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
I said the same exact thing in the last episode. Steve Jobs, he had a team. Arnold, he had a coach.
Right.
All this things, like, there's nothing wrong with getting help. Yeah. It's a part of the process.
And I want to go to the point of back to really starting early. And one huge detrimental issue, and especially for high schoolers, is procrastination. Procrastination. Who wants to say something about necessarily how to overcome it? You want?
I procrastinate like a bitch. I'm not even going to lie. I'm a pussy.
You are a bitch too.
Meet me outside, 10 p.m., Blue Park, right after this. You and I will talk about what I am with my fist right at your jaw. But the reason why is because
sell the tickets to people.
Marketing.
it's not going to be a fight. It's a slaughter. It's a one-man slaughter.
Keep talking. Keep
But
talking.
my point is, I started drop shipping. I had a store up a couple of weeks ago. I just had to shut it down because I failed, and that's part of the process. Nothing
You're a
against that.
bitch.
You didn't fail. You learned.
Motivate your own brother.
You didn't fail, so
I didn't.
you learned.
Exactly what he said. But it took me like 6 months of watching videos and everything like that until I finally got my first store up. And I could have had that shit up in less than a month. No, maybe in less than like 2-3 months. And that's probably not the smartest, but I realized that it was all of those 6 months were just a waste of time, because when I actually went to build my store and I filmed those ads, that actual experience meant so much. It was like 10x the knowledge. You only need it for the basics, but if you're just watching videos and if you're like on TikTok, even watching this clip and you're like, ooh, this is educational purposes, like, yeah, this is good for me.
But they don't get started. They don't put in the actions. So I think you learn a lot from it. So
You're right.
that's a great thing. I think the main idea in this is it's not even about getting a lot of money from that business at this age, even when you're 15 or 18. I think it's just the experience and getting started.
Yeah.
Because if you do fail, you got your mom, you got your dad. If anything, they can give you more money so you can put in the business and get more experience. I'm sure they'll be okay with that.
And that's why I brought the whole point up. I was consistently putting it off, and it got me nowhere. And then when I finally got to it, I realized that all of that was for nothing. And by me actually taking action, instead of putting it off, no more procrastinating, I learned so much more. And that's how that same thing applies for everything. Procrastination is what kills most young entrepreneurs. It is. They then decide to take action. They keep thinking like, I don't.
Too much
I don't know if I
thinking
can
will
take
get
it.
you nowhere.
Exactly.
It's just gonna be keep on negative thoughts coming in and out. So just you get the idea in your head, go fucking do it.
You can think all you fucking want. Like, I don't care. You may have the best ideas for all I care. You don't act on them, it's pointless. You may as well jerk off to them.
The idea goes away so fast after
Exactly.
you just don't put into action.
My personal belief, the worst thing that you can possibly do is constantly tell yourself that, oh, I'm learning something, but never start. which I think a lot, and I mean most people, I think most people actually fall susceptible to this, is what you did,
Yeah, that's literally
which
what I
is
did
me,
too.
is you keep telling yourself, oh yeah, I'm getting better because I'm learning. And you have a deep feeling inside you like, I don't want to start now. You know, I'm just going to keep learning. And you tell yourself, at least I'm doing something good. At least I'm learning. And you do this, and you do this, and you keep doing this. And for Sasha's case, it was 6 months. For other people, it's years. It's years. They tell themselves, oh yeah, I'm still learning the process. Shit. And they put 30 minutes of fucking time every day. They're like, oh yeah, I'm learning. It's going to just take some time. They keep telling themselves this, yeah, I'm doing good. It's just taking slow. You just gotta penetrate that asshole.
What?
Penetrate it real good. I'm sorry. Why?
Why couldn't you just go up with a better example?
I don't know why.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna say this. The point is that I'm sorry. Never mind. Jordan.
Yo, I actually. Do you want to go first?
The thing with that is, fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say.
I was going to actually talk about procrastination.
Josh, thank you. I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Oh, I was just going to touch up on procrastination. I was just going to say procrastination in a deeper sense. I watched the video. This guy was talking about it. Forgot who he was exactly, but he said procrastination is like running away from your fears. So anything that you're afraid of, that specific thing failing, or you know it's hard, you're like running away from it until the problem actually shows up at the doorstep and you have to deal with it. And then you can't avoid that problem. It's there. You just the sooner you deal with it, the faster it's gonna go away. So I applied that when I was in middle school, 8th grade. Our teacher was giving us like this crazy big essays and stuff, and I would always wait for the end day for like due date to upload the essay. And it's like, it's not the fact that I was like not gonna do the essay. I still had to do the essay. I was just waiting for it to come to the specific day where I had to submit it. You know, the problem
Honestly, I would
never
do better when I would do that. I would get a better grade. Sometimes when it comes to school,
Yeah,
like
but
essays.
the point I'm trying to make is that the problem doesn't go away. You just run away from the problem. It's still there. It's like chasing you, and then at some point it's just gonna like literally push you up against the wall, and you have to deal with it somehow.
Yeah.
So might as well do it as fast as possible.
I agree. And before we wrap things up, I just want to point out to Josh when he was saying about penetrating that asshole and the people that waited years. Think of the opposite. Think of the people that didn't wait years. Think of the people that took action immediately and look at where they are now. Probably leagues ahead.
You
So,
see,
that's all.
what people are scared of is taking risks, and I feel like that's the main thing. Like, they're like, oh, it's gonna cost this much money, right? And like how earlier you mentioned, like, if it does fail, take money from your parents and stuff. You see, you don't know if it's gonna like fail again or not, right?
Yeah.
But you just gotta take that risk.
Again, exactly.
And you don't know what can happen. You never know what can happen. And
Honestly, at that point, you just gotta think of it this way: fuck that money because it's getting printed anyway. Literally, bro. You gotta think of it that way, or else you're not gonna take the risk. And the thing that I wanted to say was, I think like in a lot of cases, I'm even like that too. I think people are afraid to take actions, and then they go like, you know what, I'm gonna start in 2 years, or I'm gonna start tomorrow or after tomorrow. I think they're thinking that if they're scared today, tomorrow when they wake up, they're not gonna be scared. But guess what? They're even more scared that day because they're thinking more. That idea never leaves from your head of being afraid. It actually increases. You're more afraid of to do that things, because I've been like that. If I wanted to, let's say I wanted to do something or like write an essay, right? The next day I'm like, oh, what if I do it tomorrow because today I don't feel good and I don't feel like I'm gonna write a good essay. The next day I was feeling even worse. But guess what? I fucking had to do it, or else I was gonna get an F. So I feel like at that point you're falling off the edge. So if you have the idea, do it that day, same day, because if you're gonna do it after 2 days, you're gonna fail. Well, it doesn't matter, because if it's failing, you're gonna fail that first day too. So there's no point of you saying, I'm not gonna do it today, I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
And
So
people say
it's that.
People say, I'm gonna change first. Bitch, you're the one that has to fucking change. You know,
Yeah,
that's what
and
they
then
want
the
to say.
change
You're
comes from
the
actions.
one that has to fucking change.
And the
that
change comes
change
from
is
actions.
from actually fucking doing what you have to wait to change for, you little bitch. Alright, let's go. Let's run it.
Questions?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you 5 questions, kind of like your personal answers, just really short.
What is your best advice to somebody?
Like what kind of advice for?
Whatever.
Just anything in life.
dude. Like whatever. Like
Just always take big risks, honestly. Like, always take risks.
why?
Fuck off. Alright, next question. W.
Because if you don't take risks, then where is it really gonna be? Everyone's successful now took big risks to get where they are now. If you don't take those risks and you stay comfortable, you're not gonna get anywhere.
And if that risk doesn't ever work out, you still are way farther than the one that didn't take risks. Just
One time I asked my friend, I was like, why do you take so much risks? And then he goes like, well, we're all gonna die anyway, just might as well take risks all your life. That's a great answer.
If you asked me, I would have said it's because I have a penis. And not a vagina.
Cut that out.
Cut it out.
Alright, next to the
What is your personal drive? What is it that keeps you going personally?
I just know that I'm better than anyone around me. You know, my
Respect.
age.
This is respect.
I like that.
No, I actually
Even though,
love that.
Yeah,
even though I know I'm better than everyone around me, doesn't mean that you should still stay comfortable and stuff. Because you should still like push yourself, right? And you just look at like people that are older than you, because yeah, they're probably working harder than you, and you kind of just like look at them and you're like, okay, so what can I do? You ask yourself, what can you do to work as hard as them, or near them, or even more harder than them, right?
Yeah.
And the answers just come in.
Because you want to be that motherfucker, you know what I mean? Like, you want to be that guy.
Can't be that
Adonis.
motherfucker if you don't think you are that motherfucker.
Okay, what do you value the most in person?
Value the most. Can I get a little explanation on that?
What?
Can I get a little explanation on
What
that?
do
If
you
you
look
had
for?
to pick
If you
one
were-
quality you want in every friend, what would it be?
Not friend. Let's say you're in your partner. Alright,
Just if you see somebody, right? What do you value the most? What they do, right? Whether it's hard work, loyalty, whatever it may be. Like, what do you see in a person and you say, I fuck with that man. Like he's a
Hardworking,
great man.
right? Discipline. Like, I don't like pussies. I'll be honest.
I
Like,
love it. I love
Tell me,
it.
man.
I hate people that do not do anything to improve on themselves. They don't do anything, right? Like you said, you just sit there, play video games. I don't like those type of people. When I see a person working hard, you know, doing what they like, and I support it, like, that's what I see. That's the value I see in people, honestly. That's what makes me like that kind of person.
Good answer. I like that.
Nice. What is a common obstacle that people face in today's society that you think, like, and how should they overcome it? What would be your
Failing.
advice?
People that are trying to
You're
fail.
15, but
Failing.
That's my best answer.
Because when you fail, right, you stop and you give up and you start getting like a little, you know, emotional. But if you like think about it, like nothing's easy in life. If it was so easy, everyone would be successful. You would be successful. I would be successful, right? So
Really?
I don't want to I know we're not supposed to touch up too much on the questions, but the reason why I stress that enough is everything you do, like think it is practically failing. Like even if I don't start something and I keep putting it off and I don't get to it, even that, like yeah, that's a failure, but you can still learn from that. Okay, say okay, maybe next time don't do that shit. Next time, grow a pair of balls and actually take action on it. Like just that failing, it's unavoidable. It's common, as the common question says. You can't avoid it. You have to embrace it and you have to learn from it.
because if you don't do anything, you're still gonna fail. So might as well try something and fail in trying,
Exactly.
because all you're gonna get out of that is learning.
because what I keep in mind is you live one life, and there's this one saying, keep on going no matter how much you fail. You keep on going until you succeed. So you keep on failing till you succeed. You never stop. You don't give up. You just keep on going till you succeed.
Because even when you're successful, you still fail at something.
You're always gonna fail.
Yeah.
And you just gotta learn how to keep on going, learn, and improve.
Fifth and final question: what is the most negative thing that you hear from people that you dislike?
Honestly, like what I'm doing, like people always hate. Everyone's gonna hate, like whatever you do, right? People are gonna call you small in the gym, right? They're gonna call you, you know, they're gonna make fun of you, and I learned to like take that and
Use it as
improve
advantage.
yourself even more, yeah. Because if you're not getting hate, then
You're
what
not
are you
doing something
doing?
right.
When you get hate, yeah, you're doing something right. and that's how I think about it, and that makes me feel good, and that makes me even work like more harder because, you know, when people don't say anything right and no one's hating, you're probably like, oh, I'm comfortable, right? So I'm fine.
You're
for
like
now.
you're like on their level basically.
Yeah. And then when people are hating on you and you know you're doing better than them, like, I really don't care. Because if someone's successful in hating on me, then maybe I am doing something wrong, right? Like, not hating as in like, you know, calling me like a bitch and stuff. Like, maybe if I'm doing something wrong, right?
Like critics you, right?
Yeah. Like, I will listen to that successful person instead of some like moron that doesn't have anything going toward his life, or he doesn't do anything. Like, I don't care. Like, it's laughable, honestly.
Yeah.
I want to say a beautiful quote. I think I created it, but I'm not sure. All right.
It's all yours. Come on.
Yeah. Some love me. Some may even hate me. Most people don't give a shit about me, but I know what I bring to the table.
But
Yeah,
Josh,
amazing. Yeah, I was gonna say that. Now Josh said it really well. No matter how successful person may be, doesn't really matter. They shouldn't really affect you, no matter what, because you gotta know your value. And when you find out what you can do and what your mind can do, there's nobody that can interfere with it. Not even somebody that is even successful.
Beautiful.
Because success is within you.
All right. Nikita! That wraps it up.
right there.
Alright, I gotta put glasses on real quick. Give me a second. Alright.
You got it.
Quote of the day. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect.
Literally what we talked about in this podcast.
Picasso.
take a fucking action.
Stop
Take
being a little
a
bitch,
action.
little pussy.
Shout out.
Bitch.
You wanna do a shout out? Since
What?
was your thing?
Alright guys,
yeah.
please watch the
You
most
will
previous
recognize this.
episode. Yeah, you'll recognize this. It's a great part. The quote is from Dan K. Do you know the last
Fuck,
couple digits?
yeah, let me
It's okay.
Then came 1, 2.
We'll just you do that. Wow. He said, "Happy Mother's Day to all the men who don't lift." Best quote from podcast for now, in my opinion. I totally agree. You guys definitely should check that out, especially if you don't lift. I have a little present for you. So, but
Dan K2112.
How did I get that?
I'm telling you, it's just beautiful.
Close.
You know, it's beautiful. If you don't lift, I mean, what the fuck are you doing? And it's not for the sole factor
Gotta keep
of
your
being big.
gotta keep your physical body healthy.
Yeah, it's not lifting. Is not just about gym, protein. Last second the physical. Let's not get too into it. I'm sorry. Yeah, let me shut up. Sorry.
Please do.
You should be sorry.
I get passionate about stuff I really like.
Okay. Alright, well, I think that about wraps the episode up, right?
Yeah, hopefully you guys got the most value out of this podcast, out of this guy. He's 15 years old, you know, and you should still get like some kind of knowledge from him. Let us know what you guys think about this episode. We can always improve. We love to hear your opinions, your comments, your thoughts. Let us know what you're interested in for us to talk about. Any concerns? And yeah, like, subscribe, share, so more people get to hear this. It's better for us. It's better for you guys.
Better for the community.
Better for the community.
If you're anywhere near his age, I hope you really took something out of this, especially you guys, you know. And if you're watching this on a fucking Friday night, I hope you learn. I hope you learn your lesson real well, because I know what the fuck you're doing. Nikita knows what you're doing. While Nikita's washing those cars in bathing suit.
End it.
All right. Good night, guys.
Please think big, grow big.
Oh, we gotta say that again. We can't. We always say that at the
Yeah,
end.
think grow.
Think
No,
big.
think
Yeah.
big, grow big.
What
Gotta
did you
change
say?
the
Think big, grow.
Think big.
grow big.
Alright, guys.
We all-
In 3, 2, 1.
Think big, grow big. Peace.